everyone. Hello, Kelly. I think that's who I saw there. I'll leave. I'm trying out something new today, so just give me an extra minute. Hey, Jane.
Your Google Home isn't set up yet. To get started, download the Google Home app on a phone or tablet.
My Google Mini is talking to me. She says she's not set up. I think the rain has her all thrown off. Anyhow, say hi if you're here so that I can see you. It pops up on the screen a little nicer if I actually see you there. And if you have any questions at all today, feel free to drop them into the comment area and I will try to get them answered for you. There is no guest on today's coffee chat, just me, Samantha from Urban Casual. I had some things that I wanted to chat with you about today, Cochrane, so it's just going to be me, and we're going to have a little bit of a catch-up chat. It's been about 3 or 4 weeks, I think, since I've done a solo coffee chat, so thank you all for chiming in. I'm just going to give it another minute. Sorry to make you wait around if you're here early. Thank you for being here early. Hey, James. Hey, Amanda. All right, so what is it that I want to talk to you about today? Normally I talk to you about events. So today I'm going to talk to you about some events because it's been a while, but the events are starting to come back in our lives. Just a little bit. Hey, Bella, nice to see you pop in today. All right, so how are the events happening? This is what everybody wants to know. We are up to groups of 50 with physical distancing still intact. So what does this mean? It means that some things like the farmers market are going to come back into our lives a little bit very soon. There will be some different protocols with that and a new location, and I will talk about that in the future. But because a lot of the nature of the events that are happening around Cochrane now are virtual or are online, I was looking at the Urban Casual calendar and I was realizing it's a little bit hard to tell the difference between the two. So if you head over to the Urban Casual events calendar for Cochrane and area, you will notice that there is now a star in front of some events, and some events there isn't a star. So what this means is if there is a star in front of that event, it is an online event. So once you click on that link and it takes you to the actual full description of that event, you will find that there's a Zoom link in there for you or some way that you're going to participate in that online event. Okay, so I wanted to highlight that a little bit just because the nature of things are really changing. The landscape of events is super changing, and I want you to be prepared on how you can get involved with these because there's actually a lot of cool things happening in the month of June. And starting right away, today I spent a good couple of hours loading in some preschool, child, and adult programs from the town of Cochrane. So those are all up on the website, but they do have a star in front of them because they will be online events, all right? So if there is a star, that means that it's an online event and you should click through to get that Zoom link. And in a lot of cases, you do need to register ahead of time so that they can expect you at that Zoom, all right? So like I was saying, today I spent some time on the calendar and Town of Cochrane has put out a whole bunch of programs for the upcoming weeks. Some of them started yesterday and today and head on until the end of June, and some of them are kind of just a one-time drop-in opportunity. So what we've got on there is some preschool Zooms with like I Spy games and story times. Then we have some art and music for ages 6 to 11. There is some events up there too that are for all ages, so it's great for all of the kids. And there is some adult programming, which I don't have up just yet, but if you give me another few hours, I will have all the details for that up there as well. And there's some programs there for mental health, how to deal with stress, how to manage your teenagers, those types of things. So those are all online events from the town of Cochrane, and I'm slowly getting those up on the website. Also, if you are a restaurant or pub who is recently opened with the new restrictions, if you are having a live band or an event that in your restaurant or bar that you would like people to know about, feel free to reach out to me and we will get that added to the calendar as well. Because once everything kind of closed up, I did go and take a lot of pub and bar events off the calendar or postpone them. So please get in touch with me if you have music that you would like everybody to know more about. Hey David, thanks for dropping in. All right, so as for Canada Day, the Cochrane and Area Events Society has recently put out their event plan for the day. This year's Canada Day will be a virtual event. Now, hopefully in the coming weeks, some of the restrictions ease up a little bit more and maybe we can do a few things a bit differently. But right now, everybody that's planning things for Canada Day or coming up is everybody is looking for how to do it with the least amount of crowds. So Canada Day, in order to participate in Canada Day, because it's virtual, now I want to be clear about this because some people are hearing it's virtual and they're like, what, I don't want to spend the whole day on my computer. You don't need to do that. The Cochrane and Area Event Society has actually come up with a really good schedule. It hasn't been totally finalized yet, but you can definitely pop into that event and see kind of the performers that are coming, some of the contests that are coming up as well. And like I was saying, this is actually going to take place for most of June. So the big act is Canada Day, but there will be lots of fun heading up all the way until the big event. So I have partnered with the Cochrane and Area Society to help them out by getting you to know what you're supposed to do on Canada Day. So the first things first, I want you to go follow the Cochrane and Area Event Society Facebook page. If you could find them on Instagram, which I'll put a link in for you here afterwards. If you can find them on Instagram, Cochrane_Area_Events_Society, have both of those. Follow those pages because they have lots of information about how you can get in on all of the Canada Day fun, as well as contest number 1 has already started. Okay, so go over and follow them first. Number 2, you'll want to be following me, Urban Casual, on Instagram and on Facebook as well, because I'm going to be helping them on Canada Day bring you the virtual fun. So you'll be wanting to follow me as well. So do that if you aren't already. And if you're already doing both those things, claps for you and good job, everybody. Now go share those pages with your friends and find that Cochrane, Alberta event for Canada Day so that they can know what is going on virtually for Canada Day, but also so they can learn how they can participate in it as well. Now, like I was saying at the beginning there, just because this is a virtual online event, it does not mean that you need to be at your computer. The whole purpose is this will be an online space for the day's events to live. So the musical acts will all be live or they will be pre-recorded. They will be put up on the Facebook page throughout the day and times will be posted a little bit closer to that so you know exactly when to go find them. And if you end up spending all of Canada Day outside and you don't watch any of it happen at all, that is totally fine. You can go back and watch all the fun later. But you want to get started right now. Contest number 1 is up. They have, contest number 1 is calling all writers, and they want you to write a story about Canada. I won't give away all the details for that. You can go find out yourself. But that is contest number 1. Now, all of these contests, you can win Cochrane dollars to spend around town. So that's a great prize to win. As well, if you look over at urbancasual.ca, I have put up a whole Canada Day page just about all the day's events and the ways that you can interact with the virtual fun. All right, I also have the contest up on there, and I will be continuing to populate that page for you closer to the date. One more thing that I can't say very much about just yet because I haven't finalized all the details, but I do just want to let everybody know that Canada Day evening I do have a very special online event of my own in the works, so you'll want to stay tuned for more news about that and who I'm partnering with and who else is helping bring that online event to fruition. All right, moving on from Canada Day and local events. Another thing that I've been kind of wanting to chat about in these last coming weeks is food. So, anybody who has been following me on Instagram, Facebook probably knows that I have been ordering my groceries and I have probably left my house 2 or 3 times in the last month for actual food. And that was just kind of saving time and limiting exposure in stores. Now there's more things opening up. So, because more things are opening up, there are still ways that we can kind of lessen the amount of people in those big grocery stores. But the one thing that I've really been thinking about these last couple of weeks, and I've seen other people pose the question, and so I've been thinking about it. But what in these last 8 to 9 weeks have you learned or have you been doing that you're going to continue doing? So that thing for me is how I obtain my food. And hopefully, if we all make a few minor changes, we can really make an impact here because we have a chance to support local. We have a chance to investigate stores that we haven't been into. And I'm going to highlight some of them right now for you and let you know just some other ways that you can get your food without actually going to a grocery store. Now, not that grocery stores are bad, but just as things are opening up and there's more places to go, I'm going to let you know about those places that I found and heard about in the community that are really interesting. So we'll start pretty basic here. Now that people can go out shopping a little bit more, I'm still going to encourage people to use curbside pickup. If the store is offering it and you're okay with doing it, curbside pickup keeps one person out of the store. All right. Same with online orders. If you wanted to order your groceries online, you can do that with Walmart. They have an online grocery system. I believe you can with Save On. I think you have to call that in, but I am not 100% sure. There's also a website called Nourish at Home. I think if you have your order in by 3 p.m., you'll have your grocery delivery by 6 p.m. And the Hub Wine and Cafe up in Sunset has been offering delivery services as well. Some of those will continue forward as we go into our new normal, for lack of a better word. So you'll still be able to do those types of things. Takeout Wednesday. This is a national initiative for takeout on Wednesday. Now, it's just a great way to get people remembering that just because we are all at home, restaurants were still able to offer takeout and home delivery. So keep doing that every Wednesday. Make it your one night of the week to have some takeout from a local food provider and spread some local business love. Now, it doesn't have to be Wednesday. That's the thing. It can be any day of the week. So just take an opportunity to think about a way to have dinner from a local business. Restaurants. Now, restaurants, while they will be opening, and some have still chosen to stay closed, like Half Hitch and Fence and Post, most will only be operating at 50% capacity. So they will still be relying on some of the programs that have helped get them by in the last few weeks, such as selling produce and meat boxes. Community flatbreads, they've been selling, they actually have probably the biggest selection in town, but they've got 3 or 4 different choices of produce box, and then they have an assortment of meat packages as well. Half Hitch is also offering the same thing. Like I said, they aren't actually open as a restaurant just yet, only open for takeout, but they do sell meat packages as well if you're looking. Mezzo is up in Fireside. It's a bit of a cafe and bakery, and they have lots of pre-made meals, freezer meals. They offer Pizza, their pizza brand, They offer pizza kits to make at home, and they also have a lot of local treats like gelato and desserts. So if you're looking for a cake or something from local, they have all of that stuff in there. And like I said, a lot of these restaurants are still only operating at 50% capacity. So they will continue on with those programs as long as there is a demand for them. So if you've been ordering from Community Flatbread, you've been getting a produce box, as long as people are still wanting to do that, they are willing to offer that service. And they thank you kindly for purchasing from them. Another place to source some meat in town is the Butchery Block. Now, many people might not know that this place exists. It's kind of tucked into the Lions Event Center in the basement there. There is a sign outside, but unless you've kind of driven by it and actually noticed it, you may not know that he is there. The Butchery Block. So that is a great place, the Lions Event Center. I will put a link for him in there as well because he's got lots of great things and you need to know about him. Cuore di Mama, the Italian grocer in town. They have some limited hours, but they're definitely a great place to stop and pick up pizza kits themselves. They've got charcuterie meat, pizza dough, lots of fun Italian things in that store. As well, we have Cobb's bread. So if you run out of just some bread, there's no need to run into the grocery store. You can go support Cobb's. They are locally owned and they would love to see you. Also, this one's online, the Lucky Penny Pizza by Tim Hall. They have tons and tons of choices, great names on their pizza. A lot of them are historically themed for Cochrane, and they are quite distinct and have some different combinations. But I definitely encourage you to go order yourself some. They are great to have in your freezer. He offers a bit of a discount if you order a couple at a time. And if you're in Cochrane, he will deliver them to your house for free. So that is the Lucky Penny Pizza, and I will drop the link for Tim in here as well. Coffee traders. Some of these things I'm going to mention next are pre-order type things. So you need to get your order in the day before and they will deliver it or have it available for you to pick up the next day. One of those places that you can do that at is the Cochrane Coffee Traders. Now they made a statement, I believe yesterday on their Facebook page that says while they will be opening with limited capacity, they will still be offering their delivery service and their online website. So pick up your coffee beans, get your baked goods. That carrot cake is awesome, and their cinnamon rolls, best things ever. So wake up Saturday morning to some Coffee Traders coffee and some treats. Definitely a great thing to do, and even better now that it comes to your house. And so that one, like I said, you need to get in the day before just so that they know about you and can make your stuff in time. Guy's Cafe, he's over on Grand Avenue. He has been doing takeout during this time. He will be reopening with limited capacity as well. But Guy's has been making a Saturday night kind of like a pre-order meal. So chicken and all the fixings with dessert. It's usually for 2 people, and it's a complete meal. Great price, totally made by Guy and his lovely staff. And they offer that on Saturdays. You'll want to go check out their Facebook page and make sure to follow, because I believe you have to get your order in by Tuesday or Wednesday. Don't quote me on that, but one of those days for the Saturday pickup or home delivery of that. Another thing you can do is the Cochrane Movie House is kind of encouraging everybody to have a movie night on Saturdays. And since they can't be open, they can still provide you with those yummy treats that you would eat at the movie theater. So this is also a pre-order event. I think you have to have it in the day before, but go follow their Facebook page because sometimes it changes. And they offer kettle corn, they offer popcorn, they also have cotton candy, big junior mints, all that stuff. So you can swing by the movie house on Saturday afternoon, pick up your order, or you can have it delivered as well. So that's another way that you can support them while they aren't quite open yet. The Fence and Post, I mentioned that they will not be reopening as a restaurant just yet. They were kind of holding off, but they still have takeout, and they do have their Friday night dinners, which are also pre-order. So this week, I believe it is fish and chips, and I think it's the second time they're doing it because it rocked the first time. So go get on that. That is Fencing Post. And if you follow all these pages, you can get the updates for yourself. I just kind of wanted to push people to some other places that maybe they weren't aware of. Two more little stores. Just if you only need a few things and you don't need to hit that grocery store and stay out of it. To Pharmacy. They are also on Grand Avenue across from Montana's there in the registry. They also have a little grocery section in their drugstore, a lot of organic, gluten-free options, but definitely check them out. And same with Shoppers Drug Mart. Shoppers Drug Mart actually has a really good grocery section. They have a freezer, they got milk, cheese, they have coffee, they've pretty much got most of your needs. You can't go in there and get fresh meat or anything, but you can definitely pick up a few things if that's, you know, you're looking for the odd place to go pick up something. And two more things which are my absolute favorite and I'm never going back, and this has actually become huge. It was already pretty big. It's the Cochrane Good Food Box. Now I've been getting one of these every month since January. I might have even got some last year, but I think I started in January. You can get 3 produce boxes. One is small, one is medium, one is large. They start as low as $25 and they go up to $35. You add on $1 for delivery and it all arrives at this lovely woman's house every month. And like I said, it's getting huge, so it's involving a whole bunch of volunteers because we don't want the neighbors to get angry about it, because it's so awesome. If it had to stop, it would really suck. But because of COVID, we've had a lot of volunteers offering to pick up multiple families' boxes and drive them home to their houses in Cochrane. So I've been doing that, but I've also been ordering one of the boxes and it is life-changing. It's often you get way more produce in the box than you could buy with the same amount of money at the grocery store. It's not past date, like it's not overripe. You usually get a bag of potatoes, a bag of onions, a bag of carrots. Once in a while, some of those things aren't there. There's always something you've never tried before, and then there's an assortment of fruit and other things that people love too. But it's a great system, and so this involves ordering from a Facebook page. You'll go over to that Facebook page. Once a month, Crystal will put up a post where she says, okay, she's ready for orders. She will ask for your order, which box you'd like, and then the mass organization begins, where you might have to comment and say which area of town you live in so that we can get those volunteers helping get those boxes home to you, so that 250 people do not need to swing by Crystal's house, because while she'd love everybody to come see her, that's not really what we're supposed to be doing during this time. So I will put up the link for you to go investigate that Facebook page. I highly encourage everybody to get a box, or get a box for someone that you know can't get to the grocery store, and it can be arranged to be dropped off for them on their front porch. And definitely, I'm never going back. That is something I'm doing from forever after, as long as it keeps going, COVID or not. Also, another Facebook page. It's called Cochrane Eggs. And this woman is, she has chicken and she has pork, she has flats of eggs, she has honey, she has pancake mix, lots and lots and lots of choices. She is also on Facebook, like I said. You put in your order, follow the rules over there, send her the money when she asks for it, and go by and pick it up from her house. Usually she knows you're coming, so she puts it out on the porch with your name on it, and you wave at each other through the window and source a nice big flat of eggs. The chickens are to die for, so if you can get your hands on one of her chickens, they are awesome, but definitely something that I will continue to do as long as they offer it. So I encourage you, Cochrane, if you've discovered new ways to get your food in town that aren't just going off to the grocery store and kind of mindlessly thinking about it, or driving into Calgary to Costco, you know, put some intention in and look around. I'm gonna go back after I'm done this video, and I'm gonna link in all of these places for you so that you can go explore them on Facebook and find out more about them. All right, I do have to run today, Cochrane. Is there anybody who has any questions? I'm just gonna take a quick look over here because okay, half inch is, I think, what are you checking on there, Chris? Are you checking on whether you're opening or whether you are still doing the meat packs? Because I think I saw a post just yesterday or the day before, but definitely, yeah, get back and confirm if you can. We definitely like to throw some business your way as well. Um, Good food box is amazing. It definitely is. Hello, Eric. All right. All right, and I do see Half Hitch's note there. They are open to limited capacity seating on their patio only, so go have a drink on their lovely patio. But I do have to split a little bit today, Cochrane, because it is Boys and Girls Junior Chef Day, and I need to get my kids set up to make their tomato macaroni marinara. So if that is everything for this week, it's a big update. Thank you for chiming in and participating. And I will be back next Thursday with another edition of the Cochrane Coffee Chat. Bye, Cochrane.